Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to give you a history about the 68 Nova I bought back in 2012. It never looked like this at all when I bought it. So I'm going to give you a rough history about the car I bought back in 2012. So let's get on to it. So when somebody told me a Nova was for sale, so I bought this car back in June 5th of 2012. The guy opened the barn doors just like this. Didn't realize it was a 4-door. So I'm like, I wanted a 2-door is what I wanted. But I checked it all out. Price is good. And I went back to my place. He's got my phone number and everything. Anyway, I went back to my place, sat on the couch watching some TV. It's kind of helped me a little bit. So I went to my parents' place and used my dad's computer because I didn't have one. And looked on the internet for 68 Novas, an reasonable price in my budget. And my dad goes, what are you doing? Thinking about buying a Nova. Guy has one it's a 4-door, it's a 68. Been sold here in Fostoria the whole time, and my dad's like, you should buy it. I'm like, yeah, but it's a 4-door pop. And he goes, 4-door, 2-door, they're all the same wheelbase and everything. And he says, you can do the same thing as a 2-door. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right, Pop. So he takes his dogs out, comes back in, hands me these badges off his 70 Nova. Okay, off his 70. Lays them down and goes, I think these badges belong on that Nova. And I'm sitting there like, all right. So I gave that guy a call. He goes, oh, you're interested in it? I was like, yes. Can I come there tomorrow and pick it up? We can get everything done. He goes, yeah. So we picked it up, loaded it up on the trailer and everything. So just to show you it was in the barn, that is actually the proof. It's in the barn. So it's basically a barn find. And I didn't like the green. No. But this car came with an inline 6 and a power glide. Now, the power glide was not original to the car, or the inline 6. It was never original to the car. I don't know what happened. It's just, So when I got the car, it had an inline 6 and a power glide, but the transmission, I didn't want it because it's a power glide, and the inline 6 was locked up. So he wanted the motor and transmission, so I gave it back to him and gave me a couple $100 back on it. So it's cool. But I'll get to in the motor here in a minute. So a lot of guys would fight over what I'm about to show you. A Jet. Okay. This is all, except for this. This is all original to the car. I even got the original badges. The original envelope the car came with. It's all original. I still got the original badges again. I'll get to this in a minute because people will fight over this. But this is the original owner's manual. How many people still has the original owner's manual to the original car? It tells you everything about the car, what you need, and everything, which is pretty cool. Now this here, the dealer would only get half of this here, and the rest would go to you. And it was actually sold here in Fostoria. It's called O'Donnell Chevrolet. So I'm going to go right to the back of it because this is the heaviest part. Now, I didn't write any about it in there. It's been from the dealership. But you can see O'Donnell Chevrolet, Fostoria, Ohio. There's the address and everything, but the dealership ain't there no more. So what the dealership would do would rip this tag off. So when your car gets whatever maintenance it needs or anything like that, you get half and everything else. Like stuff would be filled out and then they rip this off here. The dealership will get this part here, but the rest of it you get. But having the whole original book, it's amazing. Okay. And there's all the documentation I did with what I did with the car when I bought it and everything. Give you kind of a rundown. And that's when I painted it blue because I wasn't for sure what color I wanted. So I painted the car blue. And then I put like a Yankel stripe on the side and here, and I had it cocked down a little bit. You know, just giving it something. Then later on, I didn't like it, so I sanded it down, painted it flat black until I figured out what color I wanted and everything, and spent the money to do the car and everything. Now everything is original to this car, except for the motor and transmission, but except for the rims. So it doesn't matter because you can order those from factory, because I'll get in this book here in a minute. Yeah, when you can order it from factory, you can get factory Riley rims and everything. I like how the rims came out anyway. There's only a few Novas that has black rims. One guy talks about it in his YouTube channel. I forget what it's called, but he talked about the 68 stuff and okay. For instance, the ashtray, that's worth some money. Because 69, they made it wider. And then in 69, they made the dash pad much wider. So 68 parts is hard to get for these cars. And everything else. Mine was a column shift, but trying to find 68 parts for a column shift for a Chevy 350 turbo transmission, I had a rough time finding, but I did find some. But I'm sorry, I'm not gonna spend no $3,000. You're smoking crack. I'm sorry. And then me and my older brother, we made our own door panels. This is all custom. This is all metal, race stuff basically. But what's really cool is this piece right here. That is the factory. The rest of it was all cardboard stapled to this. And so I'm sitting there trying to save some money. My brother's like, I got some aluminum. We'll sit down and custom make our own. And we put a bead. He's got a bead roller, which now I got it. So we made some custom bead rollers, so it's a little bit stiff. And a lot of people at the car shows really like how this all came out. Now, when I went to the first car show, it's the biggest one in Bellevue. They actually went through the whole car. It was much cleaner than this when I left. And they was checking out everything through here, around. And they really like how I took the time to tape around the edge and actually paint this. And this is all new weather strip from a two-door. Now, I bought these weather strippings here for the car. Those are hard to get, but I bought some. But the only thing I couldn't get is the weather strip in here. So I bought some for a two-door, and it gave me enough to do both glasses, which is nice. And then, again, like I did over here, kind of like give it a custom look, and just down here, and they liked how I did that and everything. Somebody gave me some carpet for my car, so I had to put that in there. Green's money, baby. So anyway, like I'm saying, the hood, fenders, doors, quarter panels, it's all original, okay? The only thing in the original is from here down, and the rocker here, it's been replaced. And from here down, it's been replaced. Vanguard did it, but they did it wrong. But I fixed it. I took a course to learn how to do body work. I'm glad I did. And just to show you something, a lot of guys don't know this. So when you cut a quarter panel completely out and put it back in, you're actually ruining the value of the car. I'll tell you why. What's that right there? Those are numbers, okay? Those have been numbers. So there's one here. There's one on the door. There's another one on the door. Dash. Even sometimes there's some on the fenders. But I forget where mine's at on the fenders. But if you go everything from this little, it's hard to see it. This little tag here, there's numbers on it. It matches the VIN number up here and everything else. That's how you know if your car's all original, which is pretty cool, because I learned that in my Sentinel. A lot of guys will cut the quarter panels out, or if you're really good, you could cut around and leave that one piece in there and weld it in, and you wouldn't even tell it's been cut and fitted in. So yeah. So it's kind of the history of the car I'm going to give you. Hopefully I did a pretty good job of the history of the car. I like to put a stick shift in it, but I don't know yet. My mind's not made up yet. I want to put a 400 turbo in it, which I got with a manual valve body. I definitely want to do that. Forgot about the book. That's the cam. There's the cam number if you want it. Pause the video. That's what I got in it. Don't need no stall converter or anything like that. Now this book here will tell you everything. If you want to order it from the factory, it will tell you everything you want to get for the car if you wanted to. Say like, for instance, where was it? I know it's in here. I should have marked the page out. Where are you? Okay, hang on. Oh, even some of the Novas came with a four-cylinder engine. Even gives you dimensions for some of the wheelbase and everything, I guess, for the A-arms. So this is what I want to show you. So if your car came with an inline or a 3 on the tree, you can get it from the factory, and it shows you all the bushings and everything. But this says 1967, but you can order it for 68. See, pretty cool. So now let's get on with the rest of the build. So I sand the car down to bare metal and everything else. I forget how much money I have in paint, but I know the silver. This is the silver if anybody wanted to know. That's like $700 for a gallon right there. And that's not including the clear or anything else yet. That's just for that there only. So when I was at the car show, only a couple of the judges asked me why did I make the stripes wider than what it was. Well, I told them I spent $700 on a gallon of prime silver, and I had, it's called zebra stripes, and to fix it right, you sand it down and repaint it. But the problem was I was already out of silver, and everything else came out pretty good. I was just on the trunk and on the hood. So I have TikTok, so you can see it on my TikTok videos. And one guy has a 70 Nova with wide stripes. Then he's got a Facebook page, and he helped me out. I measured his right to the T from mine, and I think they look pretty good. Because factory ones would have been, they're only about 11.5 inches wide from here to about right in this area someplace. God, I need to clean this. Can't wait for car show season start. So that's what I did with that, and I'll show you something really cool I'm really proud of. You know, I've been to car shows, been doing everything else, but never got a trophy like this. I got this back in 23. Oh yeah, there's over 300 cars, and I was not expecting something like this. And the coolest thing is, I wasn't there to win rewards or anything. I just like showing off my car, all the work I did. And I had my niece, she helped me out too on this, and so did my younger brother. And so did my dad, but I just wish my dad got to see the car silver just like he wanted it and everything. And the motor is a whole different story. It was a 357. I had some problems with the oil pressure and everything else. So about a year ago, I believe, back in November, I pulled the motor out and took it someplace else to have it cleaned again and rehomed and everything. So I was at this point where it's already in pieces. So a buddy of mine had a 400 crank, brand new, from Cali's. Don't know how he got it, but I don't know, but I'm just saying. So I bought the crank off of him, but I needed to get it balanced and everything. So it would have been a 388, but it's actually a 386 because it's only bored 40 over. So it's a stroker. Okay, but it's an LT1 block. It's a 2-bolt main, but it'll handle the power, just a 2-bolt main. And just to show you, I know the crank's a little dirty, but that's the crank that came out of the engine. Yeah, but so now I got another Chevy 350. I want to put together a special 350, but I need to come up with some funds. That way I got an extra 350 laying around, because I got some 305 heads I want to put on, pour and polish them out. They're 64cc heads. I want to put flat top pistons in there just to bump up the compression. Oh yeah, just have a backup. But anyway, that's the story on this engine here. Somehow I cracked number 5 cylinder head, and I don't know how I did that. Couldn't even tell you. So that gives you the, I'm gonna have pictures of another pictures of just nothing but the car being painted and restored and everything, including the engine and everything. Yeah, and I have 3-inch exhaust because I like 3-inch. I did have 2.5 over here. They were okay, but I put 3-inch on there because my headers at the flanges are 3-inch, so I just made 3-inch all the way out, and it sounds pretty good. And I was gonna put a stock radiator in it, but AutoZone, Vance, and O'Reilly's don't carry a stock copper radiator no more. But you could find them, but I ain't paying no $600-700 for a copper radiator just for a 3-quarter. But this is what you get from AutoZone, Vance. That's what they got. And I had overheating issues with it because I don't know if you can see down in there. No. It's only 1 core. That's it. That's all they are. Just 1 core. And I could not keep this engine cool at all because the hottest it was getting. Sometimes I had to pull over and it got like up to 230 and I had to stop. Sometimes it gets like 210. Yeah, it's kind of hot to me. So I found this radiator on eBay for 125 bucks. And it's been nice. Now, the other issue on these Novas too, I'm having trouble finding. But I have a flex fan in there. That's only a 15-inch. But what makes no sense to some of these Novas and stuff, but there's no way to correct this. The radiator and stuff should have been over this way quite a bit more. And my fan troughs, there's the edge of it. And you can see how much room I have on the other side, at least 3 or 4 inches. But I've been thinking about putting the battery in the back of in the trunk, maybe scooting this radiator over and drill an extra hole here, because I think it should have been over here someplace. So I don't know if an inline 6 is the same as a V8. I really don't know. But that's what I thought about doing and everything. Put the battery in the trunk of the car. Alright, I think I'm going to end up the video. And, oh yeah, also these got factory disc brakes in the front. Just like it would have came out of the factory and everything. It's probably hard to see. Yeah, it's hard to see. But you can see the caliper and everything. But that's all it's all factory. Can't tell you where I got it from. Then I ordered a portion valve off of Summit Racing. I got this from Summit, or not Summit, got this from Vance for disc brakes, because drum and disc are totally different. But I tell you what, now she stops like a dime. And it's manual brakes. Don't bother me at all. That's what they would have came with factory. And this is not an AC car or anything, so it's okay. Alrighty. Tell me what you guys think. I know it's a kind of long video. So I'm going to do another video of a short try-to for a, like a build series, what I did on the whole car. Hope you guys liked it. Alright, I'll see you guys later.